So, one of the questions we get a lot when speaking about our integration with Chargebee is whether you can exclude some of the invoices from being imported into Invopop. For example, some of your customers may want to have a electronic invoice, but others may not need it, and you may only want to sync into Invopop the ones that actually need an invoice. The answer is yes, you can. You can go to the developers page within Invopop and to the Chargebee documentation, and you can scroll down to the bottom and see the three custom fields that we have available to do this. Let me explain them very quick. So basically, you would define these custom fields at either the customer level or subscription level in Chargebee. And what they will do is if you include the include custom field, that will be a checkbox that we'll see in a second, where you mark whether you want that customer to have their invoices imported into Invopop. The Invopop exclude field works exactly the same, but the opposite. And then there's a third option where you can decide to route the invoices of a customer to a certain workflow in Invopop. For example, you might have some customers that need a electronic invoice in the Zugfer format of Germany, but then some other customers might be um, might be needing the, for example, B2G format of Friends, the Coach Pro. So this is how you can have in the same site of Chargebee, several customers being routed their invoices to different networks. So let's see it work. I'm going to open a Chargebee site here. Let me go real quick. Let me log in into the Chargebee site, and I'm going to use this Chargebee um, Mexico test site. The first thing we need to do is define the custom field. So we're gonna go to configure Chargebee and scroll down to the custom fields section. And here, um, you can choose to define this custom field, as I said, at customer or subscription level. The key detail is if you define it at customer level, all of the invoices of the same customer will be treated equally, so either included or excluded. And if you want more fine detail, you can define it at subscription level. But in most cases, you wanna define it at customer level. And then what we're going to do in this account is define the Invopop include custom field, which what it does is that by default, no invoices will be imported into Invopop. We will only import the ones where you click on this custom field, and I'll show you in a second. So let's start by creating a checkbox type of field. And now I'm going to call it Invopop or something like sync to Invopop to be very explicit. And then you want to go back to this page and just copy paste exactly this custom field name. So I'm going to copy it here, and then I'm going to make it mandatory. So that's it. Now I've created a custom field, and I can go to a customer like Juan Martinez here, and I can edit the customer, and I'll have this little button here saying sync to Invopop. So if I save this, then Juan Martinez invoices will be now synced into Invopop. Now the problem is Chargebee is not going to backsync that information. So the rest of the customers, like this Belgian customer of this Universidad Robotica, you'll notice that they don't have this custom field. They don't even have it to set to false or to true. So you would want to go one by one and make sure you either click it or unclick it and click on update. And you'll notice that when I do that, now I have the custom field here. But you probably have hundreds or thousands of customers. So the way you want to do this at scale is via a bulk operation of Chargebee. So to do a bulk operation of Chargebee basically consists in exporting a CSV, changing all of the columns to the desired value, and then importing the CSV again. And you can do that by going into your customers, downloading an import-friendly file, which is going to download a CSV. And then I want to open, okay, we're going to wait a bit for that to be downloaded. All right. So I can now open it. And let me actually open it with with Microsoft Excel that you may be more familiar with. Okay, so here's the list of customers I have. And here I can find all of the columns are the different fields of the customer. And somewhere in here, you would have the custom field we've defined. Since we have many, I'm just going to search for it. Okay, here it is. So as you see, it's set to true for Juan Martinez, the one we set at the beginning. It's set to false for the second customer, but for the rest of the customers, it has no value. And it's important that it has a value because otherwise Invopop will sync it. So let's assume the rest of the customers don't want to be imported. So I'm just going to copy paste to false. I'm going to save this file, and then I need to import it back again into Chargebee. And the way I do that is I'm going to settings, import and export data, bulk operation. I'm going to go to customers and then update customers. All right. So here I can paste or drag and drop the file that I just modified. All right. Give it a couple of seconds to load. And then here's where I map the columns from the CSV file to the columns of Chargebee. And the only thing I probably need is to map my custom field column because the rest are unchanged. So if I go here and find include, it's not finding it. Okay, so notice that it was within the match columns. Okay, so probably is here. There we go. So it was already automatically matched by Chargebee, so I don't have to do anything. All right. So just in summary, you'll see that you have some match columns and some match columns. If you didn't change the name on the columns that you exported the CSV, probably they will be automatically matched. Okay, so since this was match, I'm going to click on next. And the enumerated columns, I can just basically ignore and click submit. All right, advanced transformations. I actually don't need it. I'm gonna click on processing, sorry, on submit, and just give it a couple seconds for it to process. In your case, it might take a bit longer. And then it noted that I'm gonna update for customers. So I click on verify, and this will be done in a second. There we go. All four customers were updated successfully. Let's click on view customers and make sure that's true. So I'm gonna go to this Belgian customer that had no custom field. And if you go here, you are going to see that it has one custom field synced to Invopop false, which means that it's not going to get synced into us. All right. Thanks a lot.